Introduce you to accessing the course online. And first of all, we're going to go to Blackboard, and that's accessed by typing in bb-gbc.blackboard.com. And you can see it takes us to our Blackboard homepage. This is a new launch page. And what we're interested in here is clicking on courses. There are a number of functions here. Here's your profile. This is where you can upload a headshot. Yes, that's me in a pirate hat. And you can upload a photograph by clicking that pencil tool. Upload a profile picture for yourself so that people in the community can see who you are. There's an activity stream that also shows you any new postings, any new course materials that are put up, and any announcements that are being made by your profs here. There are links here for all different college resources that you can access here as well. And there are communities. And so there's the academic community, there's the online orientation here, School of Design faculty and admin. These are communities to which I belong, but you might actually be looking for other organizations that are student related. You have a calendar of events, so all of your due dates are thrown in here, and you can see what's happening on a daily or a weekly basis. Also, any messages will come in here to the messages area, and you can check your grades here, and you can link here for assistance resources. In particular, here's the Library Learnings Common and tutoring. There's links for awards, and you can also see that there's tech support in here as well. Various other tools for you to access. And then also back here to courses. So you'll locate your course. Here's one here for Introduction to Digital Media. And this is typical of how I have my course organized. I can close this by clicking the X and go to a different course. Here's another course for Introduction to Digital Media. Now I'm going to set this up so it looks like a student setup. And you can see that you've got an announcements area here. Very important to make sure you check in with this a couple of times a week, maybe at the beginning and at the end of the week. Course Q&A, very important here. When you have questions, post them up here. So this student has a question about a video module, and I can click on this and I can answer, and we can start to have a conversation. Everyone else can read this, so you don't want to post up anything private, but any questions related to the course materials you can put up here so we can all share it like an FAQ. This is also important right here. So anyway, as far as asking questions, don't email me with questions unless they're of a personal nature. Use this course Q&A discussion board. And you do that simply by creating a thread, going into that, and then creating a thread. Just make sure when you create a discussion thread that the subject line here is informative, that it gives me the nature of the question. Doing this doesn't tell me anything about the nature of your question. A neat one-line summary of what the essential nature of your inquiry is really helpful. And then put the details down in the field below. So online classes, this is where you access the class. This is Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Now you'll notice a little door up here. This is for office meeting times where I will meet one-on-one with students typically. But below that you'll see a folder, and in that folder there's a whole series of lectures, and you would go to the one that pertains to your class, and it would look something like this. And you would see Join Course Room, And you would click on that and it would take you inside the course. Once you're inside the course, if you click on these little chevrons at the bottom right-hand corner in purple, you have access to a chat area. You have access to the roster of participants. You can, excuse me, you can share your screen and various other things using this button. And if you wish, you go to this gear icon and you can adjust other settings, including putting up a picture of yourself for the chat room. So you can upload a picture. Strangely enough, you have to upload two separate pictures, one for the online classroom, Blackboard Collaborate, so in here, and another one in Blackboard itself. And so there you have the online classroom. You can activate your microphone, you can activate your camera. There I am, hello! And then you can share your video and we can see you and introduce yourself. And then when you're done, you can simply close that. Other things you should know about this environment, I'm just going to close this here now. Close this session. And I can just say leave the session just by clicking right here. And we're back into Blackboard now. And if I want to access recordings, I go to Online Classes, and then I click on this area up here where it says Menu, and I can access all the recordings that have been made. And there's a recording here, and I can click here, and I can watch it now, or I can download it. The course itself is organized into activity units, and they're all accessible here under activity units. And it goes basically week by week. So you're responsible for getting through each unit step by step. And you can see here there's a course outline quiz that requires you to download this PDF file, read the course outline, and then do the quiz. You can do this as many times as you like until you get 100. I want you to get 100 because this is worth 5% of your overall grade. The next thing is a self and peer evaluation or assignment. And this one is to create an avatar, basically a headshot. Take a picture of yourself, crop it square like the Instagram format, and then you're going to post it up. And I've given you a little screen grab here to show where on the home screen you can do that. And you just click on your profile name, and then you click on the edit button or the pencil tool there, and you can upload your headshot so that the community can see you. Remember, you've got to upload a headshot to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, that's your online class, as well as to the Blackboard platform, which is what I'm indicating here. And then you need to submit your work. And there's a video on doing that, and you can access that by clicking there and watch the video on it. And there's a part 3 to this, which happens the following week. We submit the work and then we evaluate the work the following week. So this part 3 does not happen until the following week. So that's a self and peer assessment, and that's in Unit 1. Activity units. And once you get all the way through that Unit 1, you would then continue all the way through that into, this is a video module on layers using Adobe Illustrator. And it's how you create and manage layers, their visibility, whether or not they're locked or unlocked, and so on. And you would click on that link to take you inside that video module. There's important information on how to allow pop-ups for your various browsers and how to set your preferences up accordingly. You need to watch the videos all the way through, start to finish, uninterrupted. Don't click anywhere else. Don't click to another tab like this, because it will interrupt the flow of the video and it will mark it as incomplete. Make sure you watch it all to the end and a pop-up quiz will appear. Do that quiz and then continue to let the video play until music and graphics show up at the very end. That's very important so that you don't get an incomplete on that. So back to the bar here on the side. You can collapse this bar. And again, you can open it up. So that's activity units. There's also in here an area called tools and a thing in tools called the roster. So we can check the class roster. If I just click go on this button, it's going to list everyone in the class. And that way we can check to see who has actually posted a headshot for the roster. Other resources, I've put an area up here for class picture. And this is a Flipgrid board. And essentially, I just want you to post your photograph. And you do that just by clicking here. It's the red circle with a plus sign in it. That's an add content button. Or you can just double click on this area here. And essentially, I'm trying to get you to post information about your name, which lab class you're in, a little bit about your computer experience, and your precious. Those things you're really passionate about. And that just helps us to create an actual online community where we can all see one another. And let's just back out of that. We've also got access to LinkedIn Learning. We've got many videos that I reference in the course for you to do. And again, these videos have now been made optional, so you can access them, use them to supplement the learning that you're getting in the class. If you do all of these videos and you complete the course from start to finish, you can also do a quiz at the end. And if you do all of that and complete it successfully, you will get credentials from LinkedIn Learning, which is important because when you're looking for a job, people with the actual online credentials will have greater search relevance for employers looking for employees who have knowledge of Adobe Illustrator. You'll have demonstrated your knowledge on the platform. That's LinkedIn Learning. We've also got this thing called the fridge door where we all share our work. You'll notice here as it all loads up that students are all posting work that they're doing in the course. And yes, this is work that you'll actually be doing. And so I encourage this on a regular basis that students throw their work up there. And so that too is another Flipgrid page. And we have access to all Microsoft services, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on, but also a 1 terabyte drive as well. So I've put a link in there for you. We have an online creative community called Behance, and you can join up for that using your Adobe ID. Now your Adobe ID ideally should be using an email that's not the college email. I would strongly recommend that. And here's a link on online etiquette, online learning tips, and a link to Blackboard Help. So if you're having any issues, you can click on that and it will take you to a resource page. And of course, one that all the students love to check out is My Grades. And your job is really to keep an eye on these final grades and make sure that that number is increasing, hopefully higher than that by the end of the term. You should see that number continue to grow as each and every assignment is factored in and computed towards your final grade. And that, in a nutshell, is the course. So if you want to get a jump on things, I would suggest jump into activity units, go right into Unit 1, and start plowing your way through that. Good luck. Can't wait to see you online or maybe even in the lab. This is Professor Kinney, over and out.